Hey everyone, welcome. So let's jump into a really fascinating idea today. What if faith leaders started thinking more like gardeners? Seriously, what if they started tending to the health of their entire community, not just spiritually, but physically too? That's what we're digging into, a kind of gardener's guide to community health and why it's a powerful calling for any ministry. You've probably heard this quote a million times, right? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's pretty much the foundation of all public health. And it's so simple, it's brilliant. It's just smarter to stop a problem from ever happening than to deal with the mess afterward. It just makes perfect sense. Okay, but here's where we're going to take a turn. What if we look at that idea through a different lens? What if prevention is actually a form of prayer? I mean, really, what if taking care of our community's health is a deep, spiritual act, a real, tangible way to show we care? That's the big question we're diving into. All right, first things first, let's get to the why. Why should someone in ministry even be thinking about public health? Well, it all comes down to seeing it as a higher calling. You see, the heart of ministry isn't just about spiritual needs, right? It's about caring for the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. Just think about that idea of the body as a temple. If that's true, then shouldn't taking care of our physical health be, a core part of our spiritual walk? It's not some extra thing on the side. And this table just lays out the difference so clearly. You've got the old way on the left, crisis-driven. Basically, you're just reacting to problems, one person at a time. But look at the right, the holistic model. It's proactive. It's about preventing problems for the whole community. It's about building everyone up so they're resilient for the long haul. Honestly, it's the difference between being a firefighter, constantly putting out fires, and being a gardener who cultivates a healthy, thriving forest. So that leads us right back to our main idea, our central metaphor, really. To make this shift, we've got to start thinking of our community as a garden that we're meant to care for. So let's define a few things. First up, public health. Now, this isn't just about doctors and hospitals. It's the whole science and art, really, of keeping people healthy through organized community efforts. And that phrase, community efforts, is everything. It's about people working together, which, let's be honest, is what ministry is all about. Then you've got holistic health. And this is where it all clicks together so beautifully with a faith perspective. It's this simple idea that you can't just pull apart our physical, mental, and spiritual selves. They're all woven together. You have to care for the whole package to have true well-being. And that brings us to the most important part of our garden, the soil. In public health terms, we call this the social determinants of health. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just the world we live in. Do people have access to good food, safe places to live, good jobs? All of those things, the environment around us, have a huge effect on our health, way before we ever need to see a doctor. And this is where the whole gardener analogy really comes to life. A ministry that embraces public health isn't just focused on one wilting plant, one person in crisis. No way. You're a gardener of the whole plot. You're working on the soil, you're pulling the weeds, you're making sure the entire ecosystem is healthy so everyone can thrive. So just take a second and think about that. What does the soil in your community look like? Seriously, what's it like where you live? Are there good things in the soil? Are there weeds choking out the good stuff? It's a really important question to ask. Okay, so this all sounds good, right? But it can also sound big. Like, where do you even begin? How do you start tending this garden for real? Well, let's dig in and look at some simple, practical first steps. And here's the best part. You do not have to be a doctor to do this. You can start small, like really small. Host a simple health awareness session. Bring in a local nurse to talk about stress or nutrition. Teach people basic stuff like the right way to wash their hands. And maybe most importantly, you have to model it yourself. These are tiny little seeds, but they can grow into something huge. And once you've planted those first seeds, you can start to build on it. You can weave health teachings right into your regular programs. You could partner with a local clinic to do blood pressure checks once a month, get some volunteers together to start a walking club, use your church's Facebook page to share helpful health tips. It's all about making health a normal, natural part of what you do. Now let's be real. Every gardener deals with weeds. It's not always smooth sailing. So it's super important to be aware of the challenges you might run into. And this is probably the biggest one you'll face. This idea that faith alone should be enough, that if you need a doctor, it means your faith is weak. The key is to reframe this thinking. It's not faith or medicine. It's faith and medicine. It's prayer and taking wise action. They're designed to work together, hand in hand.
And then there are the practical hurdles. You might get some pushback, or you might not have a lot of money or volunteers. It can be tough to find health professionals to partner with. But just knowing these things might happen is half the battle. You can prepare, start small, and just keep reaching out. Don't give up.
So after all this work, all the planting and watering and weeding, what's the end goal? What's the vision? What does that beautiful, healthy harvest look like?
Well, here it is, and it is such a powerful vision. Just imagine churches and ministries becoming real centers for healing and hope, not just spiritual hope, but places where physical health and spiritual growth are completely intertwined, each one making the other stronger. How amazing would that be?
So let's wrap this up with the big takeaways. Number 1, we're called to care for the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. Number 2, prevention beats reaction every single time. 3, partnering with health experts makes your work so much stronger. And finally, number 4, this holistic approach, it actually opens up incredible new ways to connect with people and grow together. And so that leaves us with just one last question. And this one's for you. As you look out at your community, at your garden, what's the first seed of health you can plant? It doesn't have to be some giant program. It could be a conversation. It could be one small health tip in a newsletter. What's that one small step you can take to start growing something healthy?